Welcome, Strategy Battle Gamers, to another GBHL channel unboxing! As you can hear there, it is Jamie with his hobby machete. It's like you got this from Sweeney Todd or something. And we are on...
from Games Workshop.
That's from Games Workshop?
Games Workshop sell them.
To kids?
Well, no, you have to be 16 or over to buy knives, don't you?
I think so. It's pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. Anyway, what we are doing here is an unboxing. It's an unboxing of one of the new January releases. And that January release is the new Bard. Bard! Now, I really like the look of this pose. This model got me excited. And I was also really pleased to see it was a different pose from the one in the...
In the book, yes. Or either that, or... I've actually checked this myself. Where is he? Come on, Bard, where are you? Oh no, it is a completely different pose, yeah.
Completely different pose.
You can see it there. This one's got his arm out and his bow down, whereas this model is on a rock, pointing down the bow like we first see him in the film.
Yeah, this is definitely the pose from when we first see him, so I'm quite excited that we're going to see lots of Bard poses.
Another Bard pose, yeah.
Yeah, just like we do with Legolas.
Like we do with Legolas, and Thorin and Dwalin, they've got the other versions.
So, let's have a little look at this model. Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh.
Again, the details got very good. I can see a slight bit of flash and I need to take off underneath his chin there, and in his mouth currently.
Yep. But that is a gorgeous model.
Yeah.
And I like the base that he's mounted on. Are you going to take him off that, or are you going to keep him like
I'll
that?
keep him on that.
It looks really good, doesn't it?
It does.
This is a good looking fine cast model. I love the pose. What do you guys think? I think it's great.
See if we can hold it up close to the camera.
There you go. So there's your Bard. How many of you guys got Bard this January?
Yeah.
We want to know. Are you looking forward to using him? I'm looking forward to seeing him in action. So you want to talk about his profile while I continue to...
Yep. So Bard is a bit more expensive than Alfred was. He's 120 points, this guy. He's armed with a great bow and a dagger, so obviously he can feint, but his great bow is 24 inches and his strength 4. So it's the only strength 4 bow that we've got in the game at all. So
yeah, you've got strength ball crossbows, haven't you? But they can't move and shoot.
They can't move and shoot, whereas Bard can move and shoot. Now, he's got a few special rules to him, but through his stat line first, he's Fight 5, which I'd like him to have been Fight 6. I think Fight 6 is sort of a very strong fight value. He's Fight 5, he's Strength 4, as a hero should be. Defense 4, so a little bit on the low side, but well, most Wood Elf heroes are sort of low, so he can fit into that sort of theme. 3 attacks, 3 wounds, which is nice, 3 might, 2 will and 2 fate. So he's not going to go down too easily.
No, he's a very good hero.
Yeah.
Very, very good hero. And he comes with his great bow and he's armed with a dagger.
Yep. Special rules, he's got rapid fire, so essentially he can hit 3 targets. It can be the same target 3 times, but if he hits the first, so he shoots. If he hits, he can move on to another target. If he hits again, he may shoot a 3rd time. And these targets can be within 3 inches of each other.
So it's kind of like a watered down version of Legolas's 3-shot rule.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Slightly watered down version. So it's not a guaranteed 3 shots.
But it's 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot. If he essentially he's like getting better and just sort of learning
I think
to
that's
hit
quite
his
cool.
target. Yeah.
I think that's quite a cool way of doing it. Quite a nice special rule.
Yeah. And his other one is the Black Arrow.
Do you know what the Black Arrow does? You should do. I hope you've all read The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Come on.
So this arrow has been passed down from his father and his grandfather. This lucky arrow has never failed Bard the Bowman. So he can't recollects it at the end of each battle, he must do.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many times he used it? Yeah. I thought he only used it once.
I know. Well, I guess it didn't fail him.
I guess it didn't fail him. Fair enough.
So once per game, Bard the Bowman can fire his lucky black arrow instead of shooting normally. If you choose to do so, declare that he is firing his black arrow before rolling to hit. When shooting the black arrow, Bard the Bowman may re-roll failed to hit rolls and any failed in the way tests. Furthermore, if the shot hits, the target model automatically suffers 1 wound. And Bard the Bowman can fire his black arrow as part of his rapid fire special rule if you so choose.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
That's good. That's good for it's almost like a very very good auto hit.
Well, you might as well do rapid fire then every time. if you can do that as part of it.
Yeah.
Because it's not like Legolas where you've got to choose, do I do the 3 shots or do I do the kind of auto hit? And it's not necessarily, in terms of hitting, it's not as good as obviously the auto hit as Legolas, but the fact that it automatically makes 1 wound, what is this going to be good against?
Anything with sort of high defence. Ring Wraiths, if they're on foot, be great against them. Shamans even, taking off the last wound of them. It's got very good uses to it. It's wounds on generals as well, forcing them to spend fate very early in the game.
I think it's a cracking little rule.
Definitely.
Cracking little rule.
Shades it'd be good against as well.
Yep, shades. Just getting rid of all of those sort of high priority targets.
Yeah.
Things that can really sort of affect the game, where you need to get the wound on them. But coming back to the model, I mean, look at some of the detail on the fur. On the inside.
On the inner cloak, yeah.
Is it like a sheep's wool in the movie?
It must be. If you look at him.
I think in the movie he's got like a sheep wool coat, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So in the inside you've got all of that detail.
You've got the fur, the warmth on the inside.
And even on the rock, if you look at the detail where you've got the moss down by the foot.
Going down there. So on the other side there where you're looking at now.
Yeah. You've got all the moss sort of coming down around the rock. I think that's a nice bit. I know some people might be tempted to sort of take him off because of model height and how that can affect games. But I wouldn't. What a shame to cut up what a lovely, gorgeous model. Wait until this pose comes out for your tournaments.
The one where he's walking and pointing.
The one where he's walking and pointing. But yeah,
even so, I don't think he's raised up that much off the ground that it'll make too much of a difference.
Well, should we compare? I know that this is a dwarf, but
it's a very big dwarf.
He is a big dwarf.
But even so, it's not. One head.
One head.
But head taller, which is.
Yeah, he should be shooting anyway. He shouldn't be hiding. He should be up against things, shooting from behind barriers anyway. So get that in the way regardless.
Yeah.
It'll be able to be seen. But I think it's a gorgeous looking model. Got the belt buckle. So the buckle there. Look at the detail. You've even got the holes in the.
You got the holes in the belt.
Holes in the belt as it goes round, which is pretty cool. And I like the way that you've got the quiver.
The quiver, it attaches onto his back with a little circle, so the female male joining bit.
I think that's great, and I think this is definitely something I'm going to get a hold of. I'm looking forward to seeing you using it as well, Jamie.
Yeah, I'll get him painted up, hopefully soon.
What kind of force do you think you're going to bring when it comes to getting Bard involved?
Oh, full Lake Town force.
Full Lake Town force. We're hoping to do this for the channel. So we need to save up.
I want to own a full Lake Town force because I think they're going to be really cool. And you never know, they might get a future release for the Battle of 5 Armies or something.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
I'd hope so.
That's what I think might happen, with the the Lake Town Guard.
Yeah, that we still get a plastic box.
Get a plastic kit.
But of the sort of the troop, the more elite troop or a different style of troop maybe.
That could be very, very, very cool. So I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing of Bard the Bowman, the first pose that we've received, but we know that we're going to get a few more. Make sure that you comment, like, share and subscribe. It really helps our channel, doesn't it, Jamie?
It does. If you do all that, it means that more viewers can find us and can find the hobby and get back involved. Because so many of you have said, I've got back into the hobby after a hiatus because of your channel, and that's what we set up this channel to do, really, to bring everyone back together.
Yeah, definitely. And if you do those things, basically if you type in Hobbit strategy battle game, the more that you comment, like, share and subscribe, the higher that we come up. And the more, if somebody is looking at some, I don't know, Desolation of Smell content, we'll actually come up on the side just because of you liking, sharing and subscribing. So continue to support your Hobbit hobby.
And happy strategy battle gaming.